earlier this week, CBS Sports had put out their annual NBA Top 100 player rankings. And in that, the Knicks fans were not too happy because one Julius Randle was ranked number 58. Number 58. Number 59, sorry.
59. I was going to say.
Number 59. I gave him a little bit of a boost. But number 59 was Julius Randle's score. And here was their reasoning. Randle's score. Now, they prefaced this ranking by saying that this is a futures prediction, not based on what they've done or what they did last year. This is based on what they feel like, where they feel like they will finish at the end of the season. All right? So here's the justification. They say, we know that Randle can score efficiently at high volume on a jumper-heavy diet. We don't know if he can do it in consecutive seasons or in the playoffs. The glass half full perspective is that the Knicks' addition to Jalen Brunson opened things up for Randle last season in a sustainable way, only for an ankle injury to limit his effectiveness in the postseason. The glass half empty perspective is that Randle's game, the ball stopping, the tough twos, and the hot and cold three-point shooting doesn't hold up against playoff defenses designed to make him uncomfortable. He earned his 2 All-Star appearances, but it's not an accident that there are non-stars ranked higher on this list. And when they say non-stars, I mean, I'll just go through a couple. I'm not going to go through, the 40 or so players that they have ahead of him, but they got Wembanyama ahead of him, OG Anunoby, Marcus Smart, Rudy Gobert, Aaron Gordon, Andrew Wiggins, DeJounte Murray, Paolo Banchero, Brook Lopez, Kristaps at 49, Fred VanVleet at 48, Franz Wagner, 47, Chris Middleton, 46, Cade Cunningham, 45, DeMar DeRozan, 44. I mean, they got Desmond Bane at 42, Evan Mobley, 40, Bradley Beal, 38, Karl Anthony Towns, 37. I mean, I can go on and on. Your reaction to this?
Just hearing you name some of those names, I continue to feel like I am missing something about OG Anunoby because the fact that his name was named amongst all those names you said ahead of Julius Randle is crazy. Even that justification of it being a future view of what they think is going to blah, 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 blah. How many seasons does this dude need to have where he's shocking, not even fan bases, but shocking the media, shocking other NBA teams and other players? Because I feel like every year for the past 2, now about to be 3 years, we were hearing, Julius Randle's playing really great. Oh, Julius Randle's doing this. Oh, Julius Randle, his stats look good. Blah 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 blah. So is that what CBS is going for here? That's all they could be doing. Yeah. They could be only trying to play the game where they're just going to be like, oh, we were shocked. We had him at this, and now we're moving up to this. Because isn't CBS the same people that put Emmanuel Quickley at a D+ when he got drafted? So it's like, at this point, I stopped paying attention to these lists, especially when it comes by CBS, because I don't know who Herbert is, but the only Herbert I'm acknowledging is Justin Herbert because he is my starting quarterback in fantasy football. Because that is crazy that they got him at 59, and some of those names that you listed weren't even ever an All-Star or maybe got a one-time All-Star appearance. You got a 2-time All-Star in Julius Randle there in one of the hardest media markets in the NBA, in one of the toughest places to play in the NBA. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. Look, I'm not the biggest fan of the guy, but I can see disrespect, and this is definitely 100% disrespect when it comes from CBS for sure.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's and the author's name was Sam Botkin. Sam Botkin wrote the list.
I just saw the quote. They said Herbert, so I was like, I don't know who Herbert is. In the quote you read.
Okay, yeah. Maybe this was someone else, or maybe the guy Botkin updated this part. But yeah, this is Herbert. I don't know who Herbert is, but Herbert missed the mark here because I think the justification that they have here in terms of his overall success with this team is fairly accurate. Okay, but you can't just use all of that to discredit his impact on the team and his ability to lead this team to a certain point. I always say we have a ceiling with him, but it doesn't mean he's not good. He's going to take us to a certain point, and that point is a way more significant contribution than a lot of these guys on this list can do for their team. Yeah. That is why he's an all-star. That is why he's an all-NBA, and I believe that he can repeat that next season. Because of the addition of Jalen Brunson, the pressure that Brunson takes off of Randle in terms of the decision-making, the closing responsibilities, the ability to attack the double teams, the ability to make better decisions than Randle can. He can play more of a secondary role to Brunson. And, they talk about his shot diet and can he repeat that next season? Well, the Knicks made a conscious effort. If you remember last year, Thibodeau talked about it, Randle talked about it. They altered his shot diet a little bit where he wasn't taking as many long twos, and he was opting for more threes.
Yeah.
To make it more efficient, right? You want threes or you want to attack the basket. You don't want those inside the arc long twos. Those are tough shots. Those are tougher shots, and in this analytical era of the league that we're in right now, they're less valuable shots. So they altered it, and he saw some success there and made it back to the All-Star team. So I believe that he can repeat that next year, especially playing alongside Jalen Brunson, another year under Tibbs, another year more comfortable in his role, another year with chemistry with his teammates. I believe he can repeat that. So to see some of these guys on the list, I mean, what is Wembanyama's immediate impact going to be for the Spurs? Is he going to lead them to the playoffs? No, absolutely not. No chance. He has a huge adjustment to make at the NBA level. Is OG Anunoby that level of player for the Toronto Raptors? Will Marcus Smart, love Marcus Smart. Is he going to be that guy for the Memphis Grizzlies? Rudy Gobert, the Rudy Gobert trade was horrific for the Timberwolves. Yeah. Gordon, love Aaron Gordon. I think Aaron Gordon, and see, this is the thing with the rankings and these lists, because you have stars, you have all-stars, you have superstars, but you also have guys who are stars in their role, right? Mm-hmm. Like Gordon is a star in his role, so I can see Gordon, but I'm looking at these guys: Wiggins, Murray, Banchero, Brook Lopez, Kristaps. I mean, honestly, Chris Middleton. They put Chris Middleton there.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. Yeah. Cade Cunningham, another injury-prone player.
Yeah.
I think it realistically, without having to rearrange this list, I would put Randle. I put him at 30. They got at 30. They have Draymond Green at 30. They have Siakam 31, Brandon Ingram 32, James Harden 33, Domantas Sabonis 34. I put Randle at 30. They got Mikal Bridges at 29, Jaren Jackson Jr. at 28, Brunson 27, Zion, who never plays, at 26, Drew Holiday 25, Jaylen Brown. I put Randle at 30.
Yeah, I'd shift around a few of these stars where they're at, and I'm close with you. I would say like 32, 33, but I would shift around the order of some of these people. Like having Draymond ahead of Sabonis is kind of crazy.
That's crazy.
But I'm looking at like a 32 if I rearrange a few of these stars. Yeah, so I'm right there with you.
Especially if they're talking about future. I mean,
exactly.
Look, Draymond is still Draymond.
Exactly.
A genius on the court, high IQ, cerebral player, but he's only getting older. And his effectiveness is going to eventually wane. So I can't see how in a futures list, you're going to put him at 30 and put Julius Randle at 59. That is insane. That is absolutely insane. I can even see Mikal Bridges at 29 based on the year that he had with the Nets. One of the most efficient seasons that we've seen in the NBA. He was incredible, and he really broke out. I can see that. Jaren Jackson Jr., you have your defensive player of the year. I can see that. Brunson, cool. I like where Brunson is at. Even though I put him ahead of Halliburton. They have Halliburton at 23. I'm putting Brunson ahead of that. I put Brunson ahead of Trae Young. I think Brunson is a little too low.
This Trae Young infatuation with the league is crazy, bro. Crazy.
I put Brunson at 21. Get Trae out of there.
Yeah, for sure.
And you got Bam at 20, De'Aaron Fox 19, Jamal Murray 18, Paul George 17, Spider 16. I put Brunson at 20. I'm comfortable with Brunson at 20.
Yeah, the more you scroll, the more this list is just all over the place, man. I ain't gonna lie.
It's
I
a head
stopped after
scratcher, bro.
Brunson. I wanted to see where Brunson and Julius were on this
Yeah,
list, and then I stopped looking up. But now I'm looking at the list. This thing is all over the place, man.
it's all over the place.
All over the place. Like the justifications make no sense for me. If you're talking about future, like it just, I don't. I'm not seeing it.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
I I just don't get it, man.
Yeah, nah, that thing's all over the place.
So, you know, I come to think that these lists are more. I'm not a fan of lists and rankings. I'm really not,
You and me
because
both. Nope.
to me they're just you know, you have some outlets that just intentionally want you to talk about it, so they'll throw like the most ridiculous things in there, and then you have others that have I think others have a Knicks bias.
Yeah.
And so, and then, like I said, you have different players in different roles. You can have a ranking of your top 10 power forwards, but each guy is playing a different role, serving a different role for his team. It's not one size fits all. So rankings, comparisons, this who's, you know, it can get very, very difficult to, you know, to gauge. But I guess the intention is to have that conversation, which we are having now. So,
I was just gonna say attention to do exactly what we're doing right now.
So they
is
win.
talking about it.
Yes.
They got their click.
They got
win.
it.
Yep.
They absolutely got it.